It's currently 6 25 20 yeah 25 26 roughly 23:07. This is a continuation of my video, why do they need civil rights, when I cited that every citizen is guaranteed to these rights except for me, because according to Amendment 13 Section 10, descendants of Al-Kabulon shall never be citizens. So when you read, I gotta find it, the whatever you call it, that everyone's entitled to their own peace, liberty, safety, justice in their own being, that applies to all citizens. So even immigrants, when they come over here, they become citizens. But the even bigger part, so I already proved that they shouldn't even get it because they're citizens. On top of that, like I said, as a black man, you know why civil rights was created. And as a white man, I mean, shit, you know why civil rights was created. So, as a white man or woman, whatever the fuck, or a homo white man, whatever the case, how do you feel so comfortable to use it, knowing the background and why in which it was created? But even bigger, even bigger the situation, you already have it. It's already guaranteed that you are guaranteed. Exactly, it's like when you have law enforcement rules. That's why my man Dr. Umar stated that. That's why blacks need civil rights, because they have laws and how cops can interact with you. See, it's not citing civil rights. They're citing the law. No unlawful search and seizures. Was that Amendment 4, I believe? Or somewhere around there? Or 8, 6? So, see? But the George Floyd Act has that same language. Meaning, as a white, whatever, you're guaranteed these laws. And many, many more. But since you're, even the part about birthright, it does, no amendment can overrule. You have to abolish that amendment. If that's not true, why do I need civil rights? Because everything that civil rights is guaranteed is already in one of these amendments. So why do I need it? But the even bigger question is, why do you need it? Even backed up my theory, they're just using that to hinder you from getting your rights. And because they have it already. Homos, white women, white men, immigrants, once they become citizens, they're protected. So why do they run and cry and talk about civil rights when they don't even understand it's not for that? Under civil rights, you're protected against discrimination. See? Once again, pointing to blackness. Even though you can't see exactly, or you can use race, religion, sex. They created this umbrella in which they can now use it. But originally, that's why Elder King stated, I fear I integrate my people into a burning house. Because now you have the very people who were lynching you and killing you now crying for civil rights. But even bigger question, red man, white man, oh, reparations. How can they even activate this when they refuse to hold up, time out, personal foul, flag on the play, 10 minutes, 15-second runoff, game over, only 5 seconds on the clock and no timeouts. How can you get something when you owe reparations? So that's like me owing you a stack, $1,000. And like the whole summer you see me just going out, buying this, buying that, stack this, 20 stack that. I know. Nigga, $5 that. And when I catch up to you, I'm like, yo, hold up, yo. I mean, a stack is not, it ain't gonna make me rich, but it's the principle. You owe me a stack. You went to the club last week. You bought, like I said in my other video, a bottle in the store is like about $20 with my old days. You go to the bar or the club, that joint $300-400. So I'm like, hold up. Not only are you spending my money, you're overspending my money. And you didn't pay me even $1. On top of that, you ain't look out and tell me like, yo, I ain't got it right now, but I'll be more mad because I'm seeing you spend the money on frivolousness and not on something you actually need, like your child's diapers or food. You out there spending money on things in which you don't even, it's like and you're overpaying for it. It's the same difference. You owe a quadrillion per bloodline. And somehow you have your hands on the civil rights while still simultaneously oppressing me with your law enforcement, your citizens, your legislation. So I'm past the moral compass of you shouldn't even be able to use it. By law, red man and white man should not be able to use it because you're in debt to me. And since you refuse to fulfill or even pay a down payment, see, back to that, I understand. Giving me $1 trillion per bloodline would destroy the economy. My other video, what about $300,000 tax credit? What about $300,000 credit with no loan or payback? No interest for a 10-year span. Meaning you don't give me the money, you give me the credit where I can go and establish. And I'm being righteous because I understand the economy or economics, Econ 1. By me getting all this money and then I come back into the system, it's destroying the dollar. So I righteously, and like my man Yusef, who you would call Joseph, gave you a logical solution in which you're not even going to see your dollar go down, maybe a little bit, but you're going to see repayments on those who intelligently use it for a business plan. They're going to bring the money back. You just not going to see interest, but you lend the money out and you got the money back. So really not losing anything. On top of it, you're not paying it up front. You kind of are. Come on, you already know how there's that black card where you don't got to pay anything. Yeah, exactly. So you're paying it out, but you're not paying it out. But something. Nigga, 20 grand per person of the bloodline. Nothing. But yet every time I turn around, you buying new Jordans. New whatever hoodies. Leasing new cars. And you didn't give me a penny toward, and you're continuing, and like I said, I'm continuously fighting with you. Well, not to mention, you're using it for nothingness, for like wants and needs. For once and not needs. And like I said, at least when you identify the ABC groups, everything you got under the Civil Rights Act, it created problems. Transgender fighting the gender which they transitioned into. Females getting beat the fuck up, one, which is like damn. And secondly, losing scholarships. Being able to use restrooms. Crazy rapes, which they aren't talking about. Dudes pretend to be girls or identifying as girls and going to the bathroom and raping females. What you call it? Erasing gender. No, sexuality and gender are two different. See, fuck up science and logics to be accepted. There's one more. What I say? I made a video anyway. It was a couple about last year. Yeah, I said something else. But basically, oh yeah, my bad. And now children are suing for malpractice because they're suing the wrong person. They're suing doctors because they were underage and their parents signed the consent form in which they had sex changes, and now suing doctors for malpractice. When you can't do that because the parent is the only one that can give the green light. So that means anything you're going to sue, it has to, or anyone has to be the parent, because you're not legally able to make it. So your parents, if you weren't giving them proper information, are sued, not the doctor. Unless they refused to, or didn't give your parents the proper documentation, the research, you can't sue the doctor because they're doing it and succeeding at it. But see, while you owe me all this money, you going on vacations. I'm sitting here busting my ass like, yo, I just let this dude 10 grand. My house is on the way out. My young boy about to go back to school. Whatever. And this dude is using my shit for fun. I'm still Dr. Richie Rashad show. Handcuffed and getting shot. Physically abused by the cops or citizens. That little Carmelo, am I saying my video? If people support Carmelo Anthony as racist, reverse uno. What about all those who supported Daniel Penny, Rittenhouse, Zimmerman, these racist ass cops? Legislation. Are they not racist? So now you basically have racists using civil rights. But back to the fuck the moral compass, Congress have to sign in the law. If you're not going to give me my money, and you're of these races, red men who had slaves and owe reparations, who Native Americans / Mexicans, probably even Hawaiians, and white men. Since you're not paying me 1 cent, you're void. I should be a lawyer. The power of birthday, stars and numbers, or numbers and stars. October 13th, you would make a good lawyer orator. I should be a lawyer. That's logical, factual, moral compass, and it has to be a law for that. If you owe me money, how can you use a law or a bunch of rights, which only I fought for? He hopped in the race after he saw it was about to become to him. Then he hopped in, but still didn't get no dogs put on him. That's another lawsuit, another bunch of money owed. Not to mention Black Wall Street. So you got all these, look at the history. Post-slavery, which you already owe me money for. Black Wall Street was estimated to be something trillion at this point in time in history. Then the fight to achieve civil rights, the lynching, the countless bodies lynched and murdered, the rape, the dogs, the hoses, the blackball from jobs because they found you were involved. So you got, that's more money on top of the money owed. How can you owe someone and continuously use a bill, even though you want to say it's for everybody, when you know, see, that's how dumb America is. Because those who know, because you had people who are roughly 90, 80, or 70 who were children at that point in time, who are still around and get on each race, in each side of the argument, that knows why it was created, and they just somehow look at. That's why I said. And now today, the same ones or their children who also know, oh, it was for everybody. Go tell that fork-tongued liar, that backbiter, that scrambler, whatever the fuck, the blur. You're going to get put down. You're going to sit here and tell me, you know that I see this like 2020 or 2100. It was yesterday. You still have people alive that can testify to being there, if not being children and bearing witness. How are you going to sit here with a straight face and tell me civil rights is for everybody? No. Those, as it says in the Wisdom of Suleiman, chapter 15, those righteous saints, though those people were worthy to be left in darkness, gave them a light to entertain them, and to guide them. Those sadly righteous civil rights leaders said yes, nobody should be oppressed. But you can go ahead and pump fake, but you know the true history why civil rights was created. Because really, you don't, like I said, I already identified that. Now, if I remember, I'll put it in my link. You already have rights. I don't have it because I'm not a citizen to this day. So you're now hopping, you're greedy as shit. And you owe me money. So are y'all blessed, the African Diaspora Channel, bless somebody, y'all going to vote? Vote for what, nigga? They're showing you who they are. They're not trying to go to war, they're trying to Carmelo Anthony you. It's always been that. He's always been that. Make up get you annoyed. As Dr. Umar said, they're done with you. The Mexicans are now taking your place. So only place they want to see you making money is in jail, making money for them. But I said, Don Cortenite Bay on Facebook and on YouTube. I never been that love everybody bullshit nigga or niggas. I always been down the middle and said, hey, if you're not doing this, I'm not being a weirdo, a negative, or a butthole. You're not somebody I'm looking to connect with. I never been want to be friends with everybody. But now, what my other video, you're gonna bullshit around and nothing left to do but to cry as a black person. And what my other video, a lot of y'all been partying with these niggas. Now you're trying to go to places like Burkina Faso, who are thankfully denying you. They've been at war ever since. You have no history over here. 10 years involved with my community, neighborhood watch, local police in Congress, 1900 conscious videos, over 10 years of that, and 10 years of conscious videos. I wouldn't even be mad they denied me. Because they've been at war with that white man. Go to YouTube. South Africa, whites saying they want white-only communities. And they're citing one family, one white boy, cited 1880 or 60 as when his family established bloodline claim to the land as a reason why he should be in South Al-Kabulon. So I'm not in history. Everybody knows what was going on in the 1800s. And he using that as a claim, I'm cool, as a claim to my land and say why he should be able to stay there when he knew I didn't have power and still to this day fighting to maintain power in the myriads of countries or states, as you want to call it, the United States, in my own continent. And he using the time in which he oppressed me and stuck this coward ass in there and established himself as a right to passage to be in my land. I'm not riding with none of y'all. Nigga touch me, I'm about to start pushing faces in. Because they're showing you and revealing to you what they're doing. I'm telling you to your face, nigga. I'm going to start smacking the shit out of white niggas. To your face, and I dare you to roll on me. Because by law, I can use a weapon. Unlike Carmelo, I ain't stabbing you. I'm going to push your face in. And make sure it's all on audio and video on my shit. What I say ride down like the Juan Songbird for ICE. I've been made that ridedownThere.com. Law enforcement keep touching you and they going home scot-free. Ride down there. I'm not going to jail for shit. I don't care what. I'm not paying for a lawyer and I'm not being arraigned on no charge unless I actually did something. I'm not going to jail. To your face. And if you try to officer, you try to arrest me when I'm citing the law and why I shouldn't go to jail, I might put hands on you. If you get ready to reach for your gun and I'm lawfully able to carry mine, I will shoot you in your fucking face. Take it however you want. If you can do all this and you can steal my shit, what's missing from me, and continue, Harmageddon has evolved. Ain't a threat. As it says in the Constitution, I have the right to defend my rights, my life, my freedom, my liberties. It's not a threat. It's another video. It's a threat with the American government and their law enforcement and their citizens are doing to black people. That's the terroristic threat and the treasonous act, according to your own documentation. If you don't uphold it, you try to put me in jail for some bullshit, you're going to have to shoot at me, nigga. Return, that's how they can do.